What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we're going to be going through the 40 stamina version of Tea Time Sanji. Now, we've already gone through the Tea Time Chopper and the Tea Time Luffy event. If you guys want to see the breakdowns of those specific dungeons, make sure to go ahead and check them out if you guys haven't done so already. Hopefully, they do return sometime in the future. But at least, hopefully, you guys at least got one copy of Chopper and Luffy, and also get at least one copy of Sanji, because these characters are going to be trusty characters in the next treasure map coming out very soon. So in today's video, we are going to be going through the Sanji stage, which in my opinion is the best Tea Time unit thus far. He's really strong. So let's go ahead and actually break down the unit itself before we get into the actual dungeon. So here we have Tea Time Sanji, max level 99. He's got 2200 health, 1130 attack, and 247 recovery. But I have put recovery candies into him because his captain ability actually revolves around recovery. So you can see his captain ability, he boosts fighter characters attack and powerhouse characters attack by 1.5. And he also heals 2 times his own recovery at the end of each turn. So if you give him recovery candies and you're using him as a captain, you'll actually get more recovery back, of course, which is really strong. Then we'll move on to his special ability, and as I was mentioning before, he's probably the best Tea Time unit in the game. So I would strongly suggest to max him out because he's actually pretty solid, especially for a unit that's going to be used in treasure map. 16 turn max cooldown, he does 15 times his attack and quick damage to a single enemy, and he'll also go ahead and boost the attack of fighter characters by 1.75 for 1 turn. So he's going to be very good for treasure map. If you are running fighter based teams, he's going to be exceptional. He does have a sailor ability that will go ahead and just boost the attack of all characters by 15. It's okay, it's whatever, at least he gives a little bit of extra stats to your crew, but you know, that's pretty meaningless. But now we've gone ahead and just overviewed the character, let's go ahead and jump into the run through of the dungeon. Alright, so we're about to run the 40 stamina version of this dungeon, and we are going to be using a double Hody Jones team. So in this specific dungeon, like all of the other Tea Time stages thus far, there is a mini boss that has 3 different variations with 3 different bosses. On the Sanji variation of the Tea Time Islands, he is going to have either an Absalom, a Bon Clay, or a Chef Zeph stage. We'll explain each of them in detail when we actually get to that stage. But first of all, we're just going to actually take on all of these stages here. So it's very simplistic, except for a little bit of difference between the previous Tea Time Island is the fact that the mini boss is not on stage 5, it's actually on stage 6. So it is a little bit different. The previous Tea Time Islands would have the mini boss on stage 5, and then on stage 6 would be another set of just random mob characters. So you can use that stage to get your specials back, or to store for specific things to happen on your crew. But it's okay, you know, having the mini boss at stage 6, it's completely fine. But honestly, this is one of the more difficult islands to actually plan for. Like, I wouldn't say it's difficult, it's just the fact that it's really annoying because there are really annoying debuffs that you have to deal with in this specific dungeon. Zeph is extremely annoying. He targets himself for attacks. You've got access to Absalom, who blinds you, which is why we actually have Zio on this team. Zio will allow us to completely resist the blindness put on our crew. And then there is also Bon Clay, who gives you an attack and an orb boost that you basically can't get around unless if you bring a unit that removes positive buffs, which honestly isn't really recommended. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But here we have Chef Zeph. So as I mentioned before, he targets himself, and he does have mob characters that surround him. We're going to go ahead and use Kaku here. It actually gave us a little bit worse orbs, but we were able to kill off one of the mob characters, which is actually pretty good. If we have some good orbs, we can actually take him out in 1 turn, but it doesn't look the best here right now. Unfortunately, unable to take him down, but it's fine. You know, the mob characters don't do that much damage. It's okay. So now we'll just attack Chef Zeph, and we should have enough firepower to just continue on and kill off all of the mobs. And now we'll reach to stage 7, which is going to be Sanji. So Sanji actually has 2 different variations for his final boss stage. There is this one here, where he's surrounded by a whole bunch of mob characters, and there is one where he is by himself. So you can see here that the preemptive attack of Sanji, he actually gives himself a debuff protector, and you can only use 2 specials per turn when you actually challenge Sanji. And the mob characters, they have a little bit under 100,000 HP each, and when you're using this variation against Sanji, Sanji has only 1.65 million health, whereas the variation by himself, who has the exact same preemptive attack, he has 2.3 million health. So he has about 1.5 times extra health, so honestly, it's not that difficult, but if you do get the variation with Bon Clay, where he gives you your own type and orb boost, that can make things a little bit shaky, but Overall, it's not that much, not really that much difficult than a regular Fortnite in my personal opinion. So we're going to go ahead and use our Daruma for a type boost. Lucci gives us orbs and KOs the mobs. And we can only use, 2 specials per turn against Sanji. But make sure you bring some Dex characters along in your crew. Dex characters are obviously going to be a really good way to take down Sanji. You can see we kind of messed up our attacks, but we were still able to clear the dungeon quite well. Personally, when I was playing through the dungeon, it felt like Cotton Candy dropped a lot more than the actual Sanji copies, which I thought was a bit strange. But maybe it was just my own RNG being a bit weird. But overall, once again, Tea Time Island's not very difficult, but they are going to be very useful for the treasure map upcoming in May. Next week, or when the week turns over, I believe we're going to be getting Brook. And when Brook comes out, I will be making a video showcasing how to beat the Tea Time Brook. I believe I've actually used Hody for all 3 of the Tea Time Islands so far. So if I think I'll be able to use Hody again for Brook. I haven't looked into the Brook Island all that much. But anyways, guys, that's a very simplistic breakdown of what to expect for the Tea Time Sanji event. I really hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you guys did, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.